Hello, everybody. How we doing today?
Morning, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Kevin, what do you think of the first season of Derry Girls?
I absolutely loved it. This show is utterly fascinating. First off, it's funny.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a comedy show, it needs to be funny, right? No matter
Mhm.
what your issues you're dealing with are or what type of character arcs you're doing, the first rule of a comedy show is don't forget to be funny.
Yeah,
And sometimes shows do that when they get a little bit pedantic.
they can lose
Yeah.
it.
And this one doesn't at all. This is hilarious start to finish. It's very endearing characters. Right from scene one and episode one, they were distinct characters,
Oh
which
yeah.
a lot of comedy shows do not pull off. And then we get to the simple fact, and we have it from season one, and there's episode one, and there's kind of a payoff, I guess, if you want to put it that way, at the end of episode six, where the hovering atmosphere is really important.
It creeps in a little bit.
Yeah, and it's always kind of there, right? In
Sure.
almost every episode, it's addressed and dealt with. Starting with the first one, but we kind of talked about how comedy is kind of changing and what you can get away with doing
Sure.
versus what we used to do. So like, yeah, we mentioned like the very special episode arc from 80s and the 90s. Um, Going back to like Maud, I looked it up as a curiosity afterwards. Kind of like the history of the very special episode.
Mhm.
And sorry, there's a dog trying to get some attention and not trip over cables right now. The different strokes one. Where
Yeah, which
where
a lot of folks did
right,
remember.
a television legend Gordon Jump was fearless in playing the bicycle man. I looked it up; it was a two-part episode. I didn't remember that part. I may have only seen the second. I was a very small child, and it stuck with me.
Insane to think that aired on TV, but
Yeah, but very well received though. It
sure.
was universally praised, which I was really happy to see because they dealt with some pretty tough issues pretty delicately. And then other sitcoms have done it. Some did before. All in the Family, I guess, had done one that I hadn't seen that seemed pretty serious. Obviously, we all remember the Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
The Jesse gets addicted to drugs episode. And there were others, obviously. I guess Boy Meets World did a couple.
They did. Yeah.
I do remember. When I was very small, I think it was Growing Pains. I might be getting some of these details wrong. That Matthew Perry was on,
He was
and
on Growing Pains.
I think he did like a 1 or 2 episode arc on Growing Pains, and he died as a result of a drunk driving accident
Oh my gosh.
um, caused by him. I think it was Growing Pains. If I'm getting any of that wrong, let us know. But again, this is like thinking
Well,
way back to when I was very little.
it's interesting that back in the day they could shoehorn in these really important themes,
No.
where a lot of people would see that. This is like a global thing because it's on Netflix. You know what I
Right.
mean? Everybody can watch this.
Well, yeah, and what's great about this is those are kind of one-offs.
Yeah,
And then you get back to the fun of the show.
sure.
This, it's like
Yeah, week to week,
it's
completely
always
different.
there, right? It's omnipresent. It's a thing that hovers over the show always. So that's the juxtaposition of that last scene,
Mhm.
right? It's a show about kids who are just trying to be kids in a terrible world, that doesn't want them to be,
Yeah,
that doesn't want to let them do that. And I really think the show handles that so well. I love the fact that comedy series now, and we're also watching The Good Place, right? Can take bigger ideas and bigger issues and tell them in this format.
yeah.
It's fantastic.
I'm really curious to see this next season if it's going to be dealt with more, which I'm
Right.
sure
Like
will
the
be. You
tone
know what I
might
mean?
shift a little bit.
Sure.
Sure.
How do things ramp up a little bit? Do we get
Right.
more? Do we get grade the next grade in high school? Do we get more tensions ratcheting up in the country of Ireland? Like
Yeah,
what's going to happen? Moving forward?
because we also don't know
Yeah,
if there's going to be a time jump at all, right?
sure.
It may pick right up. So there is
Totally.
they're not older in high school. It might be the same year,
Mhm.
the same week. You never really know what the show's going to decide.
Yeah,
We've guessed on shows as far as like this a time jump makes sense, and sometimes they do. Mad Men will famously do a
sure.
little bit of a time jump, and sometimes they don't. A lot of shows, because television series take like summers off.
Yeah.
We'll just jump the summer, right? It's like, hey guys, how was your summer? When you
30 Rock does
30
really
Rock,
well.
30
Yeah.
Rock did that, right?
Yeah.
After season one, it was like,
Mhm.
hey guys, welcome back from your summer. How was your summer? Which kind of kept it in real time a little bit, and it makes sense. So it's hard to say how this is going to be. I'm also kind of curious what Joe and Jerry's relationship's going to be like moving forward, because it looked like
Yeah.
Joe, who has been comically awful to Jerry for seemingly no reason.
Yeah.
Jerry kind of being the straight man who you really
He has
sympathize
great
with a
moments.
lot.
I love Jerry.
I do
He's
too.
one of my
I
favorite
absolutely
characters.
love Jerry,
Yeah.
and Joe's so awful to him, and that's kind of a running gag. But obviously, they shared more of connected moment there at the end of the last episode,
They
which you
did.
didn't see coming. It was like when things got serious, Joe was there for Jerry.
It was touching, and
Yeah.
I think we'll see more of that. I think what we're going to see is obviously Joe is not going to not be mean to him.
Oh, Joe's still gonna be mean to Jerry.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way that they're like close now.
What I'm excited for is that does open the door to some pretty big moments. You can have some really
Absolutely.
two characters.
All right. Yep. Very excited. We should get going here. I do want to go ahead and welcome. Sorry, guys. I was out of town for a couple of days. So it was a long weekend, so the list is long. Adam, Ann Loing Search, Kaken, Robbie Riley, Lucy, Prachi Venkat, Mark Raymond, Bob Asher, Isi, Arhith, Deranandra, sorry, Thomas Walker, and Helmi to our Patreon group. Thank you so much, guys. We're really happy you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you'd like to see a full reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out a link in the description of our Patreon page. On all shows we're watching, including Derry Girls, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we are on YouTube. So if you get done watching this on YouTube and want to keep going, that's the place to do it. You will have to sync and watch along on your own Netflix. You are only going to see and hear us for copyright purposes. We're also watching 30 Rock, as we mentioned earlier, as a Patreon exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Northern Ireland is beautiful. It is after summer, yep.
For generations, we'd known nothing but violence, nothing but hatred. But finally, we were saying, enough is enough.
She's up here! Jesus Christ! She's pretending she's on Parkinson again!
Parkinson? Does it know what time it is? Hey, Parkinson, her.
No, Orla. Leave. Then close the door.
Yeah.
Privacy, please.
Yeah, Orla is so deliciously weird.
Yeah.
You know, I love her. Wogan. I take it Parkinson and Wogan are talk show hosts that she's being interviewed by, yeah.
Do the Protestants have to bring waterproof trousers? Or will the Catholics be expected to do all the dirty work?
Lenny, your card be going, love.
My card?
Or can you not get Protestant lesbians?
No, I think you can get them all right.
Never understand the point of that.
Jerry's
never
hair,
understand
yeah.
the point of view.
Nope, they're back to it.
Dash.
I'll go.
Yeah.
It's because his natural voice is actually very seductive.
Was this a
Apparently,
real
he
thing
sounds
where they
like
had
the
to
West
dub his
Belfast
voice?
blonde.
Well, that's an actor entirely, so they had to.
Oh, is it not?
No, they had to get an actor to say this.
Yeah,
Or
I
dub-
think
or dub-
it is
dub-
dubbed, yeah.
A total ride, but your paper clips are frocks together. Well, he was
We've got
caught
subtitles.
getting down and dirty with some hooker in the back of his BMW.
Was that a real story of something that happened that I don't know about?
I'm not sure.
Oh, my mama said to tell you.
Her big bowl. I know, I'll keep forgetting. I'll drop it round today.
No, she said to hang on to it.
What?
There's nothing wrong with that bowl.
Sure, I was admiring that bowl only yesterday.
It's a grand bowl.
I'm just a messenger, folks.
No funny business with these Protestant lads. Is that clear? I don't want anybody landing back here pregnant.
Not very likely in my case.
We're not doing this to get off with Protestant boys, Mommy. We're doing this to reach across the divide.
Did your mother get a new big bowl?
I don't think so.
We're doing this for peace.
There's also a small chance the Protestant boys are going to be a thing.
Yeah, oh, sure.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. For Michelle, 100%.
Big time.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's anything wrong with some cross community peddling relations.
So we need to head southeast for 0.5 miles.
I'm really looking forward to making friends with some lads.
He looks good
Lads
too.
aren't
He
going to
does
make
his
friends with
haircut.
you,
Yeah.
James. Lads make friends with other lads.
I am a lad.
A present for Protestants. Now, my next Protestant gift delivery isn't due to arrive until Wednesday.
How much for this, Sabutio, Dennis?
We'll call it 16 quid.
Could we call it 176?
No,
Or you could give us this Sabutio, and then we could work off the debt.
Yeah, we could do chores and stuff.
chores?
I haven't seen it since the pilot. Yeah.
Come on, girls, this is embarrassing.
Well, sorry for you, Clay, but we want to bump these lads.
Like a half-eaten packet of rolls and an Ulster Bank hearing is a pretty insulting form of payment.
I have an HP pencil.
Happy days.
Hi, guys. I'm gonna make friends with a full Protestant, see how she likes it. Zara won't seem quite so impressive next to my thoroughbred, will she, Jenny? Relax, Claire.
Well, let's see how this. I like the activism here. I've missed her too.
The prods have landed.
The prods.
They've got a BMW there.
They do.
Or a Mercedes. Was it a Mercedes?
Well, yeah, it might have been Mercedes actually.
That's right. Well, Janet,
Michael. Sister Michael.
it's a pleasure.
I know.
Why is everyone so desperate for them to mix? I think we should keep them separate.
I think we should keep them in cages.
So
We
it's
like
all boys.
A's to
Yeah.
find A's, B's to find B's, etc. and so on. It's very straightforward.
We're told it was an all-girls school. You've been a bit short-changed there.
Nah, it's fine, mate. It's all good, man.
Hey, listen up, people. According to this, you're going to need it. Well, they use the term buddy for tomorrow's activities.
Here, he's the only good-looking one.
The rest of us are right here.
You snooze, you lose, Aaron.
Suppose I'll have you then.
Aren't you a charmer?
Philip, about
He's
the
really
whole
cranking the British
witch
up
gear
there, isn't he?
thing.
It's fine. We'll be your partner.
Great.
Mediator's here. He's one of your lot.
Not a priest.
Is it?
What's his name?
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you guys to give me examples of things that Catholics and Protestants have in common and things that they don't have in common.
God, I'm actually drawing a blank here, to be honest.
I'm not your boat.
Not
You're
to
all
worry.
Christians.
Someone else. A similarity. Yes.
You guys were
Protestants
Irish.
are richer.
Okay, so that's another difference.
Oh, it's the part of the.
And I'm not sure
part of
that's
the
actually...
conflict.
I mean, is that true?
I would say so.
Protestants like to march and Catholics like to walk.
Okay, can we just... Jenny, could you just... Oh, you've already written it down, have you? What about the fact that we all feel and love and hope?
Protestants love clean air.
Protestants are taller.
Catholics have more freckles.
Protestants hate ABBA.
Okay. Thank you. Can you think of anything that unites every single person in this room?
I haven't got any moves.
Look, let's just get on there, have a few drinks, and just listen up a bit.
No, listen it up. I don't like it.
We heard you boys are having a party.
No.
We's are now.
You know why I'm here. But before
Oh,
we
she's
begin,
bad at this.
I won't have as many moves as you. I just want to get that out there.
I really don't know.
I haven't-
I love beer and football and poker and, you know, tits.
Tits.
Can't get enough of them. Well, then again, I am a lad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go now.
Can't you let
Well,
me
it's
have
frightening.
anything for myself?
No. As far as I'm concerned, you can't be Protestant enough. I am all for the Protestants. I can't get enough of them. Protestant mad I am, and
I hate them. I think they're all arseholes.
that's not true.
Wow.
Dang.
That can't be true.
It is.
I hate this kid.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you coming on to me? Is that what
You're
this
now
is?
picking up on that?
I thought you were having some sort of breakdown.
He's wearing a purity bracelet.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
No, down below action.
Coming.
Who?
The woman, the small angry penguin woman.
Sister Michael. We just popped round because we had a few questions about the British Empire, which the boys have cleared up for us now.
But I've had Mary Quinn on the phone frying my head, and now this.
What? My mother rang. Why is everything okay?
She was very distressed.
Just hand it to her.
Can you find out, in a subtle way, if Michelle's mother was given the
Oh my
big
God.
bowl?
That is not an emergency.
No.
Shift it. Let's go.
I don't like Jenny.
Ginny is really smugly enjoying punishing other people.
She might grow on us. We'll see what happens with Jenny, but
Right now, I'm not a fan.
yeah.
Tell, we need to do it delicately. Of course.
You're not going to do it.
Lads! We want to swap! Brilliant.
For generations, there's been a deep lack of trust between your communities. And that's where abseiling comes in.
So this is like a trust fall or something?
Philip will control
Seriously.
Claire's descent by feeding her rope through what's known as a belay device.
Seems a bit risky.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling entirely comfortable with this!
1, 2, 3.
Oh no!
You said you hated Catholics, admit it!
I said I hated athletes.
I'm going to...
much of a
Deaf in one ear.
sports
Oh
fan.
my God.
Okay. I hate this guy less than I did a second
Yeah,
ago.
no, like Catholic Catholics. Yeah.
And here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the love of God, Mary, it's only a bowl.
Who just gives away their big bowl, Jerry? That doesn't make sense.
Maybe we can lay the whole bloody thing to rest.
Take that toe of her again, I lay you to rest, Boyle.
How's the bowl working out for you?
Great. Great. Thanks very much, Deirdre.
Well, that got to the bottom of it.
Okay, so there was a bit of a misunderstanding on the expedition today, which unfortunately led to a physical altercation.
The bloody hearing aid I paid a fortune for you to hurt me.
Girls,
You were filthy with girls.
Good
funny.
for you, Aaron.
Oh,
That was nice. That was a really nice moment.
They kind of shared a little look there. Right.
It's good. No, it really was. I like the fact that we haven't really walked away from the conflict angles of it. We're
Sure.
kind of dealing with it from the kids' perspective,
Yeah.
which is great. Which is what the show really is, right? This world from the perspective of these students.
Yeah, and we're a little unfamiliar with this world as well. So I mean, you know, getting to watch this each week, it takes me a second to be like, oh, what's happening here?
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if they actually had stuff like this in the 90s where it's like Protestants and Catholics get together to go on some kind
I'm sure that there were, you know, that not everyone was involved in the conflict. Not everyone agreed with it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, like all revolutions, it kind of starts with young people saying enough's enough a little bit. That's how counterculture works.
Yeah.
That's how it worked in America during the 70s, right? 60s and 70s. It was just young people saying, okay, this is stupid.
Time to change.
It's time to change. Certainly it's not going to start with people who are 90 years old and set in their ways, right?
No.
You know, homophobia didn't go away because my great grandma said, you know what, this is stupid. It was a younger generation saying, what are we supposed to hate each other over? And I think that's kind of the sense of what they're supposed to be doing here.
Mm-hmm.
The athlete Catholic thing was hilarious.
That was really good.
Because I thought that kid was a monster.
I do.
It's like, I hate them all.
I honestly thought he was going to drop Claire for a second. I was like, this is
so did I. I was like, yeah, I thought she was just going to zip down and hit the ground.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of the joke. But no, I think the payoff was even better.
I love the bit of his dad being like, you wear the hearing aid.
Yeah, it would be fun. Wear the hearing aid.
It was good. I do wonder if that one guy, Lee, I believe is what his name was, is going to end up being some sort of romantic interest for Aaron.
That'd be great, honestly.
They shared a moment.
Yeah, they shared a moment. And Aaron, I'm glad that Aaron really looked outside big picture stuff.
Yes.
Because honestly, the Protestant boys, and we don't know them, so we don't get their perspective as much, obviously, as the girls.
Mm-hmm.
But their criticism of the girls in this episode, like, they're monsters. They're trying to swap us. They're trying to hook up with us and swap us. Completely fair.
From their perspective.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Yeah.
That was a great bit. I mean, I also love Aaron's bit of like, I'm not experienced, but it's not for lack of trying.
Right. So yeah, it was solid all the way around.
Yeah, I just I can hang out with these guys all day. Honestly, I love the chemistry. They haven't lost any of it at all. You can tell the budget's a little bigger. They all look better.
For sure.
They look like movie stars now.
Right. And if anyone was really struggling the most in this episode, I'd say for the first time it was James. He was by far usually James is like your straight man that you kind of empathize with through all the episodes. Yeah, he was awfully cringy in this one, wasn't he? He was like swing and a miss all the way around.
That to somebody trying to be like more American, putting on a Southern accent.
Yeah,
his accent like changed a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
He was really like,
for sure.
I'm a lad.
Obviously, living here, we don't have a great ear for it. But didn't he, because he had lived in England so long, already have a pretty? Because I
he has an English
accent anyway. Yeah. So I don't know why he was trying to be more English there.
He's cranking it up. He kind of sounded like one of the guys from Ted Lasso that hangs out in the pub.
Yeah, yeah, really.
So a little more street, I guess.
Yeah, for those of you who know who are across the pond, forgive us for not having great ears for this stuff. Sure. We're just not around it all the time. So I'm not 100% sure if James's normal accent is muddled, because he is Irish and spent time in England. And people have said, like, his accent, your accent's weird. Oh, he's English. Mm. Well, he's Irish who's lived in England, so I'm not sure where his accent falls in between the two.
What province?
Or what he was doing his accent here, the put on, which was clearly he was going for traditional British, at least with the slang.
Yeah.
Right. What he was doing, because England is like the United States in that we have a million different dialects.
Yeah.
Right. Like, yes, we have an American American English,
sure,
but God, depending on where you are in America, everybody sounds
West,
different. Yeah. East, West, South. Yeah. There's like 9 different Southern accents. So I mean, yeah, there's huge differences, and it's the same thing in England. It's the same thing in London. I mean, London itself.
Yeah,
there's all different accents.
That was the cool part about going to London for me, was hearing all the different accents.
Sure. You know what I mean? So I don't know what accent James is typically rocking, and you guys might, and I don't know what he was doing here to try to make himself fit in better with the British boys, which I feel like is what he was doing there. And also the story that Michelle was telling at the beginning of the guy who got caught in his BMW with the woman. Is that a famous person? Is it something that happened that was famous in either pop culture or politics? Because I didn't catch the reference if it was.
Yeah, let us know, because I feel like there's a lot of jokes that we missed in the show.
For sure. Just
because we're not from there,
yeah,
right?
regionally,
Yeah,
we're going to miss some of the jokes.
So
It was still a hilarious episode. I still loved it. I am becoming every episode a huge fan of Orla and a huge fan of Claire. The farther we
Yes.
get going,
yes,
I did see it.
Orla is like a ride or die. I
Right.
love Orla so much.
Someone told me that she has a new show.
Claire or Orla?
Orla.
Orla.
I think she's the lead. In a new show, I want to say on Amazon Prime, maybe.
Okay.
It's either Hulu or Amazon Prime that she's got a starring vehicle.
Is it also like an Irish show? Or is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was just told that hey, Orla's got her own show coming out. And
Well,
I think it's supposed to be a pretty solid cast all the way around, but she's the lead actress. So
I love
good for
her
her.
voice.
Yeah,
She's got a great voice.
yeah. She really like all four of the girls and James. They really commit to these characters a lot, and the actress playing Orla, the actor playing Orla, really nails it.
I need to look and see how much older they really are because
I
we know they're adults.
I mean, I don't know when the first series happened. I don't know what the gap time is, but
2018.
I think they're all in their 30s at this point.
Ah, gotcha.
So they were obviously way older than high school, right, when the show started. I think one of them was like 37 when I looked.
37
now.
Oh,
so
now,
she
okay.
which means she would have been like
Sure,
35 when the show started,
Yeah.
which is again pretty old to be playing high school students.
I was gonna say, look pretty good for 35.
Yeah.
Can't tell.
I mean, good on them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell that they're too old to be in high school,
Exactly,
for
yeah.
sure.
That's
But
one of the best bits.
but that's okay. They're rocking it.
That's why we're like 10, 15.
right. Yeah, it's not distracting in any way.
No.
It's a good time. All right, we will catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.